Hey guys, Jess with Peak Blue Wreaths. So I cannot help myself. I am in full summer mode, and even though I know it's June and almost July in a couple weeks, I can't help myself. I have to make one more summer wreath. I got this gorgeous sign. It's round. It has like burnt orange, dark turquoise, this dark magenta. It just reminds me of like dark Indian summer, into fall tones, and I just can't help myself. So I took the different tones from this wreath to pick my mesh. I have a navy blue, a magenta with the natural fibers, and then this burnt orange. And what I'm thinking about doing is, you guys know, if you've seen my wreath videos before, is I like to batch create. So what that means is that I'll take, instead of just like taking one roll of mesh and creating one wreath, I like to create two wreaths at once. So I cut 3 rolls of mesh at 30 inches long each. These are 10-inch rolls of mesh. 10 inches, I should say, from here to here, and they're 10 yards wide. Long. Come on. Talking is hard sometimes. So we have this, I lay these on top of each other. I take my time to make sure that they're not going to twist when I'm pulling them up. And I use this self-healing mat that allows me to measure out 30 inches from each cut. Okay, so I have all of my mesh laid out. It's all laid on top of each other. You see this edge here? It's kind of like a jagged edge. So what I like to do is I like to take my rotary cutter, cut straight up, make it as clean of a cut as possible. And then what I'm gonna do is, my cutting mat goes from 1 inch all the way up to 24. So to make them 30 inches each, I stretch it to that 24. Then I take my fingers here, I stretch it over to 6, and then I cut. So what that does is, after you cut the entire 3 rolls, it'll leave you with just enough mesh to make 2 wreaths. Because as you've seen before, I used the 14-inch wreath frames. I put 18 ties on there, which means each tie needs a gather of mesh in there. So here we go. We're just stretching them out, cutting it to here. So as I told you guys already, I was gonna make that wreath with that beautiful welcome friends flip-flop sign that I showed you. But what else I'm going to do is, I know it's kind of random, and I don't tend to use, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. So if you guys know, there are very strict licensing laws on everything. So if you see Hobby Lobby selling Grinch things, it's because they have the rights from whoever owns the Grinch brand to sell those items. What ends up happening is that sometimes people don't realize that, and that there's laws like that. And if you make a wreath with something that says the Grinch on it, or sometimes it's even like, if it looks like it's supposed to be the Grinch and like people can tell, then you can get in trouble for selling that, because you didn't invent that Grinch idea or that logo. So anyways, what I'm getting back to with this next wreath is football. So there's a very specific team. I had to look it up because I was not familiar with it. In case you didn't know, we're from Michigan here. So most people cheer for, University of Michigan or Michigan State or one of the smaller Michigan schools. But there is a school down south called Auburn, and many of you might be familiar with that, but I was not familiar with it. But it is the colors of orange and navy blue. And I know it's super random, a wreath maker from Michigan, but I sell so many wreaths in that color scheme, more than any other color scheme I've ever made. I've made wreaths with the Michigan color scheme, Michigan State, and they do not sell as well as my Auburn wreaths. Well, I don't put Auburn on them. I don't, necessarily put like the team's logo or anything like that. I use orange and navy blue, and people buy them. So I don't know if people just have a lot of team spirit down south or what exactly that's about, but if they will buy them, I will make them proudly. So I'm using the orange and navy blue on that wreath, and then I will use a combination with mostly pink and some orange and some blue on the summer wreath. So we're getting close to the end of these rolls. as you can see here, we're just rolling them out. This pink one, we're getting them. So even though it says that it's supposed to be 10 yards, they're always like a little variation. So this one, I will just use this piece here. I'll separate it from the roll. This navy blue one, same, and same with the orange. So when I go to use it, I probably use it underneath one of the bows or somewhere like that where it won't be as obvious that that mesh is slightly shorter on those pieces. But we are all done. Next time we see each other, we'll be putting the pipe cleaners on our wreath frames, getting our ribbons ready, our florals, our bow, the sign, all the things. So get ready. See you next time.